Welcome to episode 42 of the Re43 podcast. I'm your host, Bradley Charbonneau. It must be Thursday. Every single week. I've got to write a book about that. You'd think, right? Hey, so I think I figured it out. As if there was a puzzle I'm trying to figure out. And you know what? There is a puzzle we're all trying to figure out. I mean, what is the meaning of life? But what is it? I mean, what is the meaning? As I think I'm working on books, I'm working on courses, I'm working on life, and I think what keeps me going? Why do I wake up in the morning? And what is it? And I have at least 2 or 3 books coming up, and I'm kind of writing them all simultaneously, as well as gathering information, gathering testimonials, gathering stories from other people, which is making it a lot better and a lot more fun. But at the end of the day, what am I pushing? What drug am I peddling? And what came out this morning was creating. And so Neil Gaiman wrote a book recently. I can't even remember what it was called. Something about writing. Something like Your Imagination. I don't know. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. You could look it up. Neil Gaiman, not one of his big blockbusters, but something about writing. And it's about reading. And he says something like the highest level we can attain is reading fiction. Because he talks about how your brain has to work, your mind has to work, they have to work together. You have to imagine, you have to make examples in your head, you have to picture things, you have to hear their voices, but it's all happening in your brain. And you have to juggle all of that and make it work and sort of translate the words you're reading or the words you're listening to into the story. And he says sort of that's the highest level of attainment of consciousness or something. And I think it's true, but I think it can be truer. I think there's a higher level yet. And it's odd, I have these really weird visuals. Of course, I think I pretty much always have really weird visuals. But, I see a factory and like a factory floor. And I think the most of us, and sorry for those people who don't create, but I kind of see their brain as this, run-down factory, cobwebs and kind of even spooky, dark, broken windows, maybe a light bulb kind of working in the corner, which would be, your life. Sorry, but I am speaking of myself from some years ago because that's how I felt. I feel like there's an entire factory there. It used to be, up and running and churning, and now it's like there's a light bulb in the corner of cobwebs and spooky and probably a murder and rats. So, going from there, and then with each step, so it kind of hit me every single day. I've been doing it for 2,000 plus days. And why do I do it? People ask me this. Why in the world do you do that? And I used to say it's like brushing my teeth, I think. And I'm an oddball. I actually enjoy brushing my teeth. It's sort of a meditative process for me. And I kind of just enjoy it. And it feels good. And I like when my teeth feel clean. But it doesn't get me through the day. Whereas creating on a daily basis. So back to that factory. The factory then, if we are consuming, then maybe we've got a few more light bulbs going on. Maybe there's a conveyor belt rolling. Maybe it's cleaned up a little bit, and we're alive. We're consuming, but consuming is so easy. And sure, you could say you take it to the next level, and you watch your movies and you analyze the plot and stuff. But your brain's working, I guess. You got to pay attention and all that. But it's a whole different step when you turn the tables and you create. So with every single day, that's what I'm doing every single day. I'm creating. And it's not even, it's almost a different factory. It's this modern, gleaming, okay, I am a bit technical. A hard drive, the old, we've got factories, and I can imagine cog wheels and smoke and oil and blackness and soot and yuck and but it can really churn, right? But then, so let's think of a computer. If you think about a hard drive, like the old. Oh, okay, we can go way back to floppy disks and stuff. We've got this floppy something or other in there. I guess it's magnetic something or other. That goes above my technical knowledge. But it's spinning. And it's sort of like a needle, like an old record player. And then there are newer harder drives, which are read by lasers that can be faster. But if you think of what are called solid state drives, where there are not moving parts of any kind, and you think of how fast that's going, because there are no moving parts anymore. And I know I started here with a factory analogy of conveyor belts and cogs churning and everything, but that's where I get. I get to the fact that we don't even need to have the wheels turning and the conveyor belts rolling and the people, even at their most efficient, is still not going to be as fast as no moving parts, sort of a solid state drive of efficiency. And then, but we're still talking about data moving, and it's fast, it's efficient, there's no friction, right? And then there's still a higher level, because in a sense, if you're still creating, if you're still pushing your creation because you're trying to think of it, you're trying to make it work, then, and I'm getting into advanced levels here, but at some point you're going to pull, or you're going to be pulled. And this is yet another higher level. And sorry if I'm not being clear here, or if you're not following my metaphors of factories and solid state drives, but I just needed to get this out this morning, because this is how I see create. This is the goal, I think. This is what I'm trying to reach. And also right now I'm working on Spark, and I think, okay, what am I really, really getting at with the parents and the kids and what they're doing? And I think, yeah, there's a bond with the parents. It's absolutely true. And that is enough. If you have a special bond with your child because of this experience, this event, this thing you created together, that is wonderful. But notice I just said created together. And I'm back to creating. So notice that we are not watching a movie together. We are not going on a hike together. We are not, consuming together. We are creating. We have to think. We have to produce. We have to make something from nothing. And then we're going to have a thing. And I am not a big consumer. It might even seem weird that I want to produce when I don't really need to consume. But that's not it. I'm not creating necessarily to be consumed. I know that part doesn't make sort of logical or rational sense. If I'm creating it, it's not to be consumed, but that is what I'm saying. I'm creating for creating's sake. I'm creating because it is the engine that fuels, your heart. It's what takes you, for lack of better terms, to the next level. If you're only consuming, you're pretty far down that chain, that food chain. Whereas creating, you're way up there. And then all right, I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm just throwing it all in there. But meditation is one place where I find the source of creative material. And it's what keeps just boosting me up. Every meditation, I'm pulled up by the shoulders, and it's almost like a magnetic force that's pulling me up and you could think of a building, to the next floor. And all the time I'm just going up, and I get higher level thought. I get smarter, more intelligent, quicker, faster, better, more creative, more interesting, more funny, more whatever. It's not me. I'm just being pulled up and getting the download from a higher consciousness. So this all makes sense to me. My goal, my dream is that you understand what I'm talking about and you can get to these higher levels of consciousness. Because it's fun. I mean, at the end of the day, it is fun. At the end of the day, it's beauty. It's love. And then when you can share that with someone else, Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right, that's enough for my vision of the morning about creating, and then for a double bonus brownie points, creating together with someone else. And that's one of the many benefits I see of Spark. So there you have it. One of the things I am seeking, and I am seeking for you with the Spark project. That's it. I'm going to stop there before I blab on too much more. Bradley Charbonneau episode, I can't remember, for a Repossible podcast, because it's Thursday, because I am creating every single week. And I hope you are too. Until next week, take care. Keep creating.